How are we doing? Sir? Hey. Hello?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Hey.
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 Help.
What are we doing?
Help.
Huh?
Help. Gang members. Some dudes
Help
in red
gang-
outfits. They tried to kidnap me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got kidnapped. Help.
Okay.
I got away
All
from
right, do me a favor.
God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Follow me this way, please.
All right, I'm coming. All right, I'm coming. Hold on.
All right.
I'm coming. Sorry, my legs don't work that well. They hit me with a car.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Go to the hospital.
No, I'm all right.
Yeah,
I'll walk it off.
I'm gonna help you into the back of the car here, okay?
I don't want to help into the back of the car.
Why not?
Because I got kidnapped.
I understand.
I just want to go home, dude.
I understand, but whatever situation you were a part of ahead of time, but that needs to be concluded.
I just want to go home.
You know, the quicker you work with us,
I just want to go home.
I understand. I understand, but
they kidnapped me.
Okay, all right, but I need to get you back to the hospital where this all started.
I don't want to go back to the hospital where it all started.
Why not?
Because I just got kidnapped at the hospital.
Well, I mean, but you're here.
I'm here because I got away from them.
Okay, I'll give you that. But unfortunately, I do have to place you in the vehicle, sir. Okay?
Why? I don't want to be in the vehicle.
Actually, hold. Maxwell, any chance I could get you over to the morgue?
What is he doing? He gonna hit me with the damn car.
No. Listen, the officer involved is gonna come here. Okay.
What officer involved?
The one that you were with, I guess, when this all started.
Oh God.
What do you mean, oh God?
I don't. They hit me with a fucking car.
Who did?
The officer hit you with a car?
No, the officer was a very nice guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was
the
trying to
officer
get you
was a nice
to
guy.
the officer.
I don't want to go to the officer.
I really don't know what was hoped to be achieved there, but shooting a cop.
I didn't shoot anybody. I'm still in cuffs.
You still walked away though.
Dude, you gonna stand by while people are shooting people? I was in the middle of it.
You originally got uncuffed and started to walk away, so you attempted to escape custody.
No, dude, they were shooting me.
They were not shooting you, sir.
They were shooting me.
No. Okay. So, sir, I'm gonna handcuff you again at this time. Okay, you are under arrest.
For what?
All right. One for the assault of the individual who came down to, to do all that, and then two for attempted escape in custody. Okay. Is there anything your person's gonna post that try to harm me in any way?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you know the individuals that did that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well,
I heard
if
some
you do
screaming.
know them, you can tell them that shooting at a hospital, I'm probably one of the worst people that you could shoot at a hospital for no unknown reason. Okay? Wow.
I heard some screaming in that room that you were in, and the next thing I know, they're behind me, fiddling with me, and...
Okay. Thank you, Trooper. Oh, why?
What? There we go.
There we go.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was. Just, stick your finger. All right, 66676 to mission route.
You all right now?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's why we wear vests.
As long as you're okay.
That's why we wear vests, sir.
Well,
adamantium vests.
You should get me one of those, because them dudes are fucking crazy.
All this because you wouldn't let me do my job.
You weren't doing your job. Told you to whip his ass.
All right, that's gonna be 1 for 9. Good sir.
Help! Being kidnapped by the LSPD. Can't park there.
Oh, you my little track star?
No.
Oh. Well, he's missing out.
Is it all cutesy talk?
That's it. That's all it is. There's like
oh my
3
God,
gang messages.
Like that.
That's like 3 gang messages in the span of a week. Wait, I actually opened it up for 2 weeks. 2 weeks to like 3 gang messages. That's it. The rest are to his girlfriend. That's the only person he texts.
We ooze like, you know, fucking sexuality. You know, like.
Hey, I want to go back to that conversation. It's just getting good.
You're talking to the person.
I'm going to cuff you once.
Yeah.
I'm going to seize the rest of your items. Alright. So at this moment in time, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you in the court of law. If you require an attorney, one will be provided by the state if available. Do you understand your Miranda rights?
Yep.
Okay, that being said, your current list of charges is as follows. 1 times escaping custody and 1 times assault and battery. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, looks like a bench trial.
Please. I also would like to point out never mind, I'll wait for the trial.
We've got 20 minutes. We've got to make this quick. Hands behind your back.
All right. Yep. No worries. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Rhodes, are you on frequency? I just need a quick statement in the reports channel, very quick, of where you found him.
I love to punch.
Just real quick, because I'm going to bench.
Ah!
What's up, guys?
Maxwell, you're still dealing with this guy?
Hey, what up, man?
I got shot because of it.
I didn't
Oh,
get shot.
shit.
That's the important thing.
You're in back. If we arrest a criminal, though, I'll let you sit up front.
I also need you to do me a favor when we get to the courthouse, okay?
Yeah.
You know where everybody communicates?
Do I know what with
Cuffs around
who?
your neck.
Where everybody communicates in like a government board in the general section?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I have to
so.
send you the report.
Okay.
Just write your name in there just so I can send you the report, okay?
I might not know the government board you're referring to.
The Discordia?
That government board.
Yeah. Okay, if you just type in your name there, and I will.
Under which subsection of the government board do you need me to?
Just a general.
Okay.
Just a general. It's just the easiest way to do it. 666 will be 10-7 for a bench trial.
All right.
Yeah, if you just add all that to the report. Okay. Mind your headset.
You what?
Just mind your head.
Oh, well, you know, the last asshole hit me with the fucking car, so hit me with the doors, no problem at all, man.
Okay, so I'm going to cuff you to the chair, okay? Give you a slinky, so that means you can walk around.
I got you.
You know.
It's going to be one of them long, like, shackle things. You probably only make it about as far as that podium.
All right, is the report ready, officer?
It is not, Your Honor. Like I say, it's shit show. I'm trying to do it as quickly as I can.
All right.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
Make sure
I mean,
once
Your
it's
Honor.
ready that you send it over to the defendant.
Okay, Your Honor. To just put some into perspective, the details that this man's being charged for, all the details are in the report. I was shot by, I believe, unrelated people. And because we're on a short time frame, the evidence of the shooting and stuff is probably not in the report because people are still doing it. Are we okay to proceed because it's unrelated to his charges? If I just send him what I've got so far? Yeah, you're okay with that?
Yeah, if it's not related to the charges he's contesting, then that's fine.
Okay, can I approach the podium then? Maybe you hear me better. I got hit by a car, ma'am.
Alright, that's understandable.
Didn't see if there's I got hit by a car. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Hello, is this thing working?
Yep, I can hear you much better up here.
Okay.
Have you finished looking over the report?
Due to the time constraints this case is facing, I will say yes.
Okay, then I am going to call this into session.
Okay, no.
It is August 24th, 2023, and this is a bench trial for one Mr. Michael Dew. Mr. Dew, today you are facing charges of escaping custody and assault and battery. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay. Will both of you please raise your left hand? Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you on?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now that you've been sworn in, you can step back.
Okay.
And Officer Maxwell, please, when you're ready.
Okay, I responded to a request by medical personnel to respond to the hospital to an individual who had possibly been assaulted. I arrived and found Michael Dew. I took his statement as to what had transpired, as is labeled in the report. I began my investigation into the incident. I called down the alleged offender, who was Mr. Moon. I cross-referenced Michael Dew's story with Abdul Al-Rahim, who confirmed that Mr. Moon was the last person he was with or who had contacted him. And then as soon as Mr. Moon arrived, Michael Dew proceeded to assault the individual multiple times, punching him and assaulting him, to which I tased and arrested Mr. Michael Dew. Obviously, Mr. Moon was in a predicament because he'd just been punched. He required medical attention, and I brought them both inside of Crusade Medical Center. I left Michael Dew cuffed within eyesight outside of the doors of the infirmary. I then proceeded to question Mr. Moon as to what had transpired when three unknown individuals who weren't identified began to uncuff Mr. Dew, who then proceeded to walk away. Obviously, I immediately called for backup and tried to apprehend the suspect who had uncuffed Mr. Dew. I then ran outside and attempted to tase the individuals who then proceeded to punch me, to which I was on my own at the time and being surrounded by three people. I pulled out my lethal firearm and began to try and shoot the individuals, who then returned fire at me and shot me down. It was then found that Michael Dew was apprehended at the morgue, hiding on a stairwell by Trooper Matt Rhodes, who then brought him back to the scene. Obviously, at the time of the shooting, or the time he was uncuffed, there was no guns, there was no visible threat or anything. The only altercation happened at the car on the outside of the hospital, in the parking bays. So there was no reason for Mr. Dew to run when he was uncuffed. There was no reason for him to escape custody. And yeah, that's pretty much why assault and battery for assaulting the individual and attempting to escape custody by running away and police having to find him after the fact. Obviously, he's not been charged any possession-related charges. That's why his, inventory isn't documented, because it's not relevant.
Okay, Mr. Dew, do you have any questions for the officer?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
Okay, you can step down. Mr. Dew, please step up.
Yes, ma'am.
If you could please give me your version of events once you're ready.
Sorry, ma'am. I got hit by at least 2 cars today. So, the lungs are a little tender still. So
That's understandable.
it all started when my car broke down on GOH, right? And I call old Abdullah, wasn't it Abdul? Sorry, ma'am, Abdul. And I said, hey, I need a taxi ride. I'm at the Globe gas station on GOH. So I'm sitting there waiting for about a dang half hour and slow as shit out there. Sorry, ma'am, for the swearing. I apologize. So after about a half hour, some dude shows up in a beat-to-crap taxi named Moon, and picks me up. He proceeds to drive the wrong way down GOH all the way to the Grapeseed exit, so you know that Union Road thing there, and where he gets in the first of many car accidents. And I crawl out of the vehicle, and then he proceeds to run me over with the vehicle, and tries to get me to snort cocaine out of the glove box. I do not know if there was cocaine in the glove box. I did not look in the glove box. That's just, you know, he said, she said. And he drags me back into the taxi cab and proceeds on down the freeway, hitting several more lamp posts and cars and things on the way down to, and I say the city because that's where I wanted to go. And I was like, you know, just take me to the hospital. You done hit me with the damn car, let alone the car accident. So we wind up at the hospital. I go in there screaming for the doctor, and they say, you know, I got to deal with the on-call doctor. So I dealt with the on-call doctor. And then Mr. Moon starts saying, "Hey, I need $5,000 for the ride," and I said, "I ain't paying you shit." Sorry again.
Your Honor, I'm gonna object.
What?
What's your objection?
I'm going to object to the relevance to the charges in question. None of this has to do with the Mr. Moon arriving on scene and him assaulting him. This is all prior incident, and this has nothing to do with
backstory.
him arriving on scene.
It is backstory.
Backstory is irrelevant to the charges that are being pressed right now.
It is not, ma'am. I'm just trying to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me, yeah.
Okay. Can you articulate why it's relevant to the charges?
Well,
Mr.
it
Dean?
is relevant due to the fact that when Mr. Moon shows up, unannounced to me, might I add, at the hospital, I felt threatened that he was going to come back and retaliate.
Okay. I get the gist of the backstory and what you're saying. We do have the time constraints. So you can
Yes,
get
ma'am.
to the point of Mr. Moon arriving on.
Yes, ma'am. So we're at the hospital, and that all happens, right? Then we go out to the car, I'm trying to get away from him at this point, and he's like, "I'm gonna come back with a gun," blah, 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 blah. And he comes back. We make it outside. He hits me over the head with a hammer that he has now retrieved from the taxi and robs me of $65, which is in the report. I give the officer credit. That is there. He steals $65 from me and flees, and I'm bleeding out on the road and calling 911 and medics, and then this individual, I believe, shows up, and you know, he starts doing his business, and then, you know, he's consulting with his colleagues, I believe, up the street, and while he is up the street at the traffic light, Mr. Moon shows back up in an SUV, and I fear for my life. And so I took self-defense action against Mr. Moon because I did not know that he was coming back by this guy's request. I thought he was coming to finish the job because in the hospital he said he was going to get a gun. So I defended myself since I don't have anything. All I had was, I think, some recyclables from my day job at the sanitation place. And so I had to defend myself. So that's what led us to the alleged assault charge, which on face value I understand, but that's what led us to that. Do I need to continue with the other part?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my apologies. With the other part, you know, so we're in cuffs outside the hospital room because I defended myself against Mr. Moon, and sorry, getting the two car things. And these individuals started coming up and like, "Oh, dude, we got a fresh one." And so they were like fiddling with my handcuffs, and I'm like, "No, get away from me!" And they try to kidnap me, and they're like, "Dude, you're gonna come with us, otherwise we're gonna shoot you right here in the hospital." And so that happened, and that's why I appeared to be walking out with them. And then they got outside with this individual who was trying to do his job. I admire him for that. And they got into some sort of fist fight, I think, and guns were pulled and shooting. And when the shooting was happening, I was still in the cuffs. And I ran, hands up. I did run around the corner, but I did not go any further than the morgue. I waited in the alleyway. I didn't have a phone on me or anything, so I couldn't call and say where I was. You know, I was trying to, you know, just not get shot in the face, in a nutshell. Just due to time constraints, obviously, I'm trying not to get shot in the face.
Okay. Officer, any questions for Mr.
Yeah, I
Dean?
do.
Okay.
While you were on scene and we had the discussions, what were you saying that you were going to do to the individual?
What individual?
To Mr. Moon?
I don't recall, sir. I got hit by 2 cars today.
Oh, that's convenient. No further question.
Okay, I have a few questions from the bench.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Dew, when it came to your alleged self-defense, did you try to de-escalate or flee in any way before you attacked?
No, ma'am, because I believe there's a stand your ground law, and I exercise that right.
Okay. And when it comes to the alleged fleeing,
Yes, ma'am.
once the gunshot stopped, did you try to return to the scene?
I did not, because I didn't know the situation of this guy. I feared that he was probably heels to Jesus at that point, and I didn't want to be laying next to him. So I just stayed where I was, and, you know, I figured they'd find me eventually, which they did. And the trooper was very nice and very considerate, and, you know, it was a shit show, ma'am. Again, sorry, I'm cursing. I apologize.
Okay. This is going to be a pretty easy and fast verdict. As it comes to the assault and battery, Mr. Dew, you are guilty. The state's stand your ground concept states that you must first try to de-escalate or flee from a confrontation.
But he
before
threatened me with a...
resorting-
Sorry, ma'am, I don't mean to
resorting
cut you off.
Any violence. Given that you did not try to either de-escalate or flee, you are guilty of assault and battery.
Even
When
though
it
he threatened
comes
me with a
to
hammer, or he hit
escaping
me with the hammer.
Custody. I am
ma'am.
going to be extremely lenient on you here.
Yes, ma'am.
You did stay in the area of the hospital.
Yes, ma'am.
You were found within a reasonable amount of time.
Yes, ma'am.
I will extend to you the benefit of the doubt on this one and find you not guilty of escaping custody.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is guilty one time assault and battery, not guilty one time escaping custody. That is the finding of this court.
Yes,
Case is
ma'am.
adjourned.
I would...